Well, I just got my Arkanoid Revenge of Doh arcade board, got off eBay. Hooked up to my JAMA test rig. I have a problem. It has got some kind of issue. It appears to be vertical sync, where it is just scrolling 100 miles an hour. I'm not sure what this vertical line is here either. The game's playing. You can hear the audio. I think you can hear the audio. But obviously it's impossible to play because the screen is just rolling like crazy. Now, this little 7-inch LCD has not had a problem with any JAMA game I've hooked it up to this point. This board is JAMA. It is negative composite sync, just like a regular Arkanoid. And in a minute I'll stop filming, plug in my regular Arkanoid so you can see how that one works fine. Alright, here is Arkanoid, the original Arkanoid. And I've made my own adapter because it's not JAMA standard. But I've made my adapter. Power comes in here. Video, audio here. And here I've got the player 1 and 2 fire buttons on a ground. And here I've got connector for 2 spinners. And here you can clearly see that this game, which is also negative sync, and also a Tato board, is synced fine with this monitor. No issue at all, looks great. So, the problem is, I can't be certain that the reason the Arkanoid 2 board is not working is due to the board, or if it just doesn't like this LCD. Again, I have not had a game yet that doesn't like this LCD, but I've only hooked about half a dozen PCBs to it. So, my arcade machine right now needs a replacement monitor. So I can't test it in my machine right at this moment. So I'm hoping to get together with one of my friends and try it in his Astro City Japanese candy cab. Hopefully I'll be getting a replacement monitor for my cabinet soon. But I'm not thrilled here with the fact that original Arkanoid board works fine and the Revenge does not. So here you can see this board has got audio, it's got video, it's perfect, it's not scrolling, there's no line of pixels down the right hand side either, so yeah, don't know what's going on. So here I am again, back to this board, and again you can see it is scrolling 100 miles an hour. Now I call that vertical because this is a vertical game, but the actual monitor, this is horizontal and this is vertical. So even though the game plays in a vertical orientation on a standard arcade monitor, this is vertical scrolling and this would be horizontal scrolling. So it's a vertical scrolling problem. I looked at the board, I don't see anything that looks broken. It looks like the audio amp, which is under this big heatsink, has been replaced or reflowed at some point. Several of the caps have been replaced or reflowed. This small chip next to the reset button looks like it's been replaced or reflowed. The volume pot has been replaced or reflowed. And there's a couple other chips that look like they might have had some solder touch-up work to them, but I mean nothing that serious. And the audio stuff, I kind of, that's a lot of times audio caps will go bad in games that are this old and you won't get any more audio. So if somebody has replaced or reflowed them, then it might be because it had an audio issue, which is perfectly understandable. But this is something else. I don't know what would cause that. So I'm really just hoping that maybe that'll go away when it's plugged into a CRT. But I don't know. So hopefully that shows up on the camera. Kind of a bummer, but we'll see if there's anything I can figure out. I've looked on the web. I've spent a couple hours on the web, and I'm not even really finding all that much there, other than problems with monitors that don't have their horizontal hold or their vertical hold set up properly. Nothing that seems to be related to the game board. And I'm pretty sure that this monitor doesn't have a vertical hold adjustment, but not positive. So that's why I really would like to get this into a game with a CRT and just see what it does. And if it has this issue, if it's something that messing with the vertical hold could fix. So maybe worst case scenario, since my cabinet is a JAMA cabinet that is made so you can swap game boards in it, then hopefully, worst case scenario, I just have to adjust the vertical hold every time I put this game in or take it out and play another one. Worst case, this is not curable with any adjustments, and there's something wrong with the board, and I have to figure out how to even go about tracking that down. Only thing I did do, I tracked the composite sync signal from the edge connector. It goes to one of the legs of this chip here that's underneath the heatsink in the audio section. And I looked up the number that's screened on that chip, and I didn't get any hits, but I didn't spend too much time working on that. So there's some black, epoxy covered things there. I don't know if those are just resistor packs or some special parts like this. This is similar to the original Arkanoid board, where this is a special encased epoxy coated glob chip. The original Arkanoid, if this is broken or it's missing, you'll get problems, or it'll say IO error when you boot. And somebody's actually made a replacement for it, but I don't think anyone's made a replacement for this one on Revenge of Doh. It has not got the same number on it as the original Arkanoid one. You can probably see there between it and the blue capacitor, PCO5. Is that 0 CN? I think that says. So it's a different number than the one that standard Arkanoid uses, and it's not socketed either. It's soldered to the board. And it's really in there tight. So I looked and I didn't see any issues with the solder on it. So hopefully it's not a problem with that custom piece. But yeah, I'm kind of not really sure where to go next in troubleshooting. Although it just hit me, some of the caps that have been replaced, I didn't look to see if their polarities are incorrect. Maybe there's a cap in backwards. I'm not sure what else I can check without reaching out to the community for some help and hoping somebody has seen this before, even though, like I said, I searched for a while and I haven't seen any references to this other than having monitor problems, but I mean, that's a really fast scroll. That's not just slowly rolling. That thing is really moving fast. And then this line here is just something definitely seems wrong with the board to me. So I guess I'll post an update when I get it in a CRT and can figure out some more. Also need to probably reply to the seller on eBay and let them know what's going on. It was shipped in about 3 wraps of bubble wrap, which was good, but then put into a plastic type envelope, shipping envelope, and not a box, which is not how I would send a PCB, but it means that if somebody anywhere along its travel, which was something like 3 weeks to get here from Canada, if anybody, you know, picked it up and gripped it really hard, even though they wrote fragile in black on the outside of the envelope, if somebody grabbed it really hard somewhere, maybe they could have, you know, mushed something and caused some kind of a connection issue or something. But I messed around with the harness here, bending it back and forth a bit, and nothing seems to affect that scroll. Just kind of touch some chips and nothing seems to have any effect. So, yeah, that's where I'm at now.